Unlike Jacqueline, Mark takes little pride in his slave name or European ancestry. He has left Woody to learn more about his African ancestry that was lost in the Caribbean.
Would you like to try a typical Kanuri dessert? It's a cola nut. They all appreciate it very much.
Mette Bovins is a Danish anthropologist.
No, just spit it out, Mark.
For the past 30 years, she's been studying the peoples of eastern Niger.
It's an acquired taste.
But you can also just drink water after a meal if you prefer, Mark.
I'll do that from now on.
You just
No.
Too much. Would you like a tobacco leaf instead? Just chew it. It's not poisonous. It's... What do you think? No, we don't like that either. Don't worry. Just spit it out. Spit it out, Mark.
Well, I can't think anymore.
Spit it out. Never mind.
Different kind of tasting stuff.
No, it's too bitter. Don't worry.
To acknowledge his ancestry, Mark is wondering about adopting a Kanuri name.
In the process of slavery, those who were captured were stripped of their name. To be able to have a Kanuri name to come, that's like, that'd be the greatest gift I could take from this trip. And for them to give me a name, that would be inspirational.
That would be wonderful. You know, the most typical Kanuri names, that is Ari, Bukar, Bulama, Yerima, Kachella, and...
Do they all have meanings as well?
Yes.
They all mean something?
Yes, yes. Kaigama.
Kaigama.
Yes. Kaigama, he was like a noble slave, which is a paradox. But there were slaves that were aristocratic slaves. And the slave leader was called Kaigama. Kaigama. And Kaigama was the war leader, was really high status, if you like.
That's what I'll be called then.
So
I'll be called that one. I'll be called Kaigama. That sounds like my journey.
In the nearby town of Mene-Sorowa, a ceremony to name a newborn baby is about to begin. Mark hopes to be given the name he has chosen at the same time. This is the most important rite of passage in Kanuri culture. Its key moment is the scarring of the week-old baby to mark it as Kanuri. Today, some parents prefer the barbers to make only symbolic scars.
I've been told that putting on the traditional dress will give me higher status and allow me to be better received. So I thought now would be the best time to do this. This is the moment of reconnection, getting your name back. At the same time, being invited to partake in it, which is an amazing honor. And then my hat completes the dress.
The Imams agree to include Mark and call him forward to be blessed and given his chosen name, Kaigama, the slave warrior leader. The pageantry has not changed for centuries. Its ceremonies date from the time when the Kanuri Sultans were among the continent's great powers.
Oh, it's absolutely amazing. This is what I've waited so long for. didn't know what to expect. They totally included me. I sat down, they prayed for me, gave me my new name, Canada. And it's terrific. It's terrific. I couldn't have asked for any more. It's amazing.
Mark's genetic journey has brought him to Niger to connect with the people and reclaim an identity. But some scientists are uncomfortable with this reliance on DNA.
It just happens that the mitochondrial DNA and the Y chromosome are good markers into the past. But they're just markers. They're like an arrow pointing to the past. But they're not the past. You know, they're not the entirety of the past. They're stepping stones. They're flashing lights. But they're not all of who we are.
Yeah, well, that's better than nothing. that's what I say. It's sort of like walking in a room, a very dark room, and looking around for some, the light switch. And in this situation, maybe you bump up and you find a flashlight, and that flashlight is enough light for you to maneuver in the room. And I feel it's a tremendous sort of feeling when you do connect and find a potential ancestor.
Who we are is more than simply the genes. That's not the totality of who you are. Who you are is much more. These questions of motherland and origins, these are profound questions. And they're not, it's really immoral to just dismiss them with a snippet of DNA.
This is just a small component of the genome, and I recognize that. I think but it's also important, though, just knowing that little piece.
In accordance with tradition, Mark's initiation as a Kanuri is honored by its horsemen. From a small piece of mitochondrial DNA, Mark thinks he has found the sense of belonging that was missing for him in Britain.
I believe that this is the true me, and anything in between, anything that stands between me feeling at home here and my Western life has been forcibly put onto me and people like me. So when I say that I feel at home here, I'm speaking truly from inside. This is what I am. This is what I must have been.